And Tyler, I have a question for you about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was recently, is it?
I would say so, yeah.
How many languages do you speak? Because she's not Taiwanese.
She's not, she's Korean.
How did you guys meet?
On an app. But not a dating app. It was a language exchange app. What?
This is not the first time that I heard people on language exchange app ended up in a relationship or a not relationship, maybe just talking or a fling. So, okay, hang on. What was your intention?
Language learning.
To learn Korean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
How does that work? Do you have to match? Do you have to swipe? What exactly was the thing that you guys fought about?
I was like forcing, or maybe I sound in that moment like I was like a dick to Tyler, and I admit, and I was able to say sorry for that, and he felt that like that. I feel from my perspective now I understand more the panorama is that, but maybe your version is different.
I think what's really interesting is that one story always has two sides.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna ask next. So, what is your part of the story? 各位贵宾，我们已经抵达曼谷国际机场，现在你们可以开启你们的电子设备，关闭飞航模式。是不是每次飞到一个国家，听到这样子的广播都觉得啊，关我什么事？我关了飞航还是没有网路啊？通常呢，我一下飞机就会开始联络租车公司啊，或者是叫 Uber 啊 Grab 去饭店，所以一抵达就有网路，对我来说真的方便非常多。像我这次飞芝加哥就是使用 Saily 的 eSIM， 使用起来真的非常的方便，一下飞机就可以让我马上联络租车公司，听音乐播影片也都很稳定，让我们可以边开车边 carpool karaoke。Saily 有多种方案可供选择，超过150个国家可使用。下载 Saily App 并在网站上购买就可以使用方案。在出发前开通 eSIM， 抵达的时候一关掉飞航就可以轻松连上当地网路。而且这次使用 Saily 的 App， 我发现它操作起来很方便，一个 App 就可以完成所有的操作，不用一下收 email， 然后又要下载 PDF， 然后又要储存 QR code。在 App 上面也可以随时追踪你的目前网路使用量，不用担心突然用完。现在前往资讯栏连接下载 Saily App， 结账输入 Peggy 佛受观众的专属优惠代码 Peggy， 就可以享有专属 eSIM 85折的优惠。Welcome back to Peggy for Show's podcast. Today we're having Tyler and Concor from Brosbond!
Hello everybody! It's me! It's me, Concor.
All right, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for the invitation.
For having us.
You guys came all the way from Tainan and Kaohsiung,
Yes.
right?
Tainan.
And this is literally the first time that someone's on my podcast and even brought me gift.
Oh.
That is so sweet of you. Thank you.
We love you.
How did you start this podcast and how did you guys meet?
For
Actually,
problems.
I have to be honest, when I got here, I kind of had this mixed feeling. Because
Got here like here?
Yeah, here, location-wise. It's not so much about you, but about the location. I used to live in Taipei, and I was renting this place, and it's like by walking distance, less than 1 minute. And so coming here, being in this area, kind of brought back a lot of memories, including traumatic memories.
How long ago was that?
Ooh, about almost 2 years ago, or like 1 year and a half. And because I got super sick in Taipei alone, I was, like an aspiring actor trying to, like going for audition, open casting and stuff like that. I even got myself a manager,
And how long ago was that?
About 2 years ago. Yeah, and then I got super
That's
sick.
so long ago.
Yeah, and I got super sick, and I was hospitalized in the
Don't mention the hospital.
The hospital, and for about 8 months.
Hey, let me get it clear here. You were in the hospital for 8 months?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was gonna be like a minor, small, tiny surgery, but then ended up I was having like complications after complications, and I ended up spending like about 8 months there. And to the point that I was paying the rent for a month for my place. Financially, it was like I couldn't sustain that anymore.
Afford,
so I moved back to Tainan and kind of surprisingly, I found out that so we worked on something together before, like a long time ago, about 4 years ago. Yeah, but it was like a one-time thing.
Yeah.
So we exchanged Instagram, and we were talking like, replying, hitting hearts and likes.
Right.
But that's all. But after I moved back to Tainan, I think I contacted you. I reached out.
You text me like, bro, because in this period, when you was in Taipei, always we have the idea like, oh, bro, we need to do something together. We need to record one thing.
Yeah.
And the same me, I was trying like, okay, I need to push this. So I found one format of show. And I was like, but this format just work with two person. I don't like the podcast that it's just one person. Because I think for you, it's kind of always you need to have a guest.
Yeah.
But when I have a partner, it's like I can record.
That's what I'm trying to do these days. I'm actually slowly, I want to change it a little bit. I don't always want a guest. I also want
a partner.
No, I want to do it on my own.
Okay,
yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's another format. So, thanks God, he texted me. He texted me in that moment when I was doing the idea because I was close to graduating of the university, and I was like, what I'm going to do. My wife was so sweet person. Had told me like, okay, don't worry. If you don't find a job, I can be the person who pay the bills.
She can be the provider.
Yeah.
Damn, that's sexy as fuck.
Yeah. So you are going to, in this conversation, you are going to understand why I respect too much my wife. I love my wife so much.
Because
and
she's
the whole opportunity that he gave me is like, this is the perfect person for me.
Are you guys the same age?
She is 2 years more older than me.
Only 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh.
She's 28. She's going to 29.
Wow. That is very supportive.
Yeah.
Because, like,
You don't see the picture yourself.
You don't see yourself either.
I don't.
Another red flag.
Right, I can't. If a guy doesn't have a job, I don't see myself supporting him financially if he just got nothing
you
to
just close the picture in that I don't have a job. This guy come to Taiwan to live in Taiwan for you.
Okay, that's a different story.
Yeah.
All right.
You don't close the idea in just one.
Okay.
After you are going to know my whole story, you are going to see. She understand that my Chinese is not good. My English was improving in that moment, so it's fine. It's terrible for me to find a job. But I was with the idea that I don't accept 1 year pay my bills. I don't accept that.
Right.
I'm from one patriarchy culture, like not exactly patriarchal culture, but we can say like the men need to be macho, the men need to provide. So when he texts me, I was, yes, this is the plan. So we met in one mall close to, and coincidence, we live really close.
Yeah, at about
10 minutes.
Tainan高雄哎.
But I live in the north of Kaohsiung, and he live in the south.
Yeah, the southest part.
Yeah, in the south. So we live like really close.
Yeah.
So I was like, bro, we need to meet. And he told me, I'm here. Both we are an actors. But I was like, a lot of people tell me, why you don't come to Taipei? Here's the whole industry.
Right.
But I love my house, and I don't want to leave my gear.
You don't think there will be more opportunities here?
But I can create my own opportunities, and that's when I reached this guy. We met. Thanks God. Thank the destiny. He told me like, bro, we need to meet. We met, and I present to him the whole show, the whole idea. And after that, we just set up that we are going to go to my house and start to write a whole idea, like a put in paper. What is this? How is this? How many times? How many reels? How is going to be the color, the design, the logo, the structure, where you are going to see it, where is going to be everything.
You can kind of tell he's kind of obsessed with structures.
I think if I wasn't obsessed of this, that wasn't go so far. So because that's pushed me to everyday edit, even if I'm tired, I'm keep editing that, I keep creating that.
How long ago was this?
Well, that's 1 year and 4 months ago.
1 year and 4 months, yeah. We posted our very first episode or post, about like in May, last year.
Yeah, 11 May.
So we grew way
So
faster than we expected. Yeah, so and for that we're forever grateful.
Yeah, we are great. So that's the reason. I'm so great. I don't care who you are, but I'm so thank you for you support me, so you like me. And of course, if you need to text me, I will reply you. I'm so happy to reply you. If you text me like you share what I'm doing, it's short this time. So a lot of people share. So I feel so lovely with everybody who do that, everybody who support us. So it's the last thing that I can do is thank you. And the people that start to recognize us in the street. So we can take a picture. Even before to come here, I went to one. We meet in one coffee shop, and the person of the coffee shop, he told me like a really cute. I watch your show, and I was like, so your English is so good, and he told me, no, I watch the subtitles, and I was like, oh, you're so cute, thank you, I appreciate for watch our show, thank you, that's so lovely, and we take one picture.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really sweet, and I'm really surprised. It was just a year ago that you guys started it.
We are surprised as well.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
And even when we start, I told this guy, like, bro, if we follow this, at the end of the year, we're going to achieve that. 10万. And he...
No, our goal was to reach 10,000.
10,000. Iwan.
But then we ended up reaching 100,000.
Wow.
That was just incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
But not flexing. Those are just facts.
Yeah.
No, but it also got to
Was-
do with that you guys put so much effort in it. Because the other day when I was messaging you guys and Concor told me that you were working on the subtitles overnight,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. So I had the other guest who's on the show, and it's all in English, and I just couldn't. It's too much work to put subtitles.
But that's another thing. You speak perfect English. Like, we're not
but
native.
I'm trying to put Mandarin subtitles so that
Mandarin,
my audience
I see.
could understand.
It's
but,
more accessible.
But then I just couldn't.
I know.
I started. Well,
shit tons
actually,
of work.
he did. He was the person who did it for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And then I was like, okay, how many minutes are you in? And he's like, 10. I was like, yeah, fuck it. No.
Yeah, it's like subtitle is like such work.
How long does it usually take you to finish the subtitles of the whole
Damn,
episode?
well, so
with both languages?
Yeah, so that's the thing. You have to first finish the English and then you translate to the Chinese one. And you
Right.
need to try to merge two files together manually. So that's, well, for 1 minute usually takes me at least, 4 minutes takes me at least an hour to just finish the English part. And then for the Chinese and merging, it's really a lot of work.
So our
I mean, the
episode is
AI
like-
audio recognition system is kind of works, but like
Right. I
for
totally
us,
get
it's
it because
really
I actually
hard.
paid money for the subtitles to use AI to do it.
Yeah.
But
And then it's just like they messed up the time.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
really mark that time on
Yeah.
a very exact
Yeah,
time
yeah.
so that each sentence match
Yeah.
the subtitles.
Yeah, exactly. Every split second,
But
you have
you
to
see, like,
re-listen. You have to
no,
re-listen
but
and
we,
repeat.
our structure of the company, our structure
Yeah.
of Brosbond is like we take like 2 weeks for production one video.
Because it's just like
It's
practically
and
impossible.
every
to even
detail need
finish
to be
that.
okay.
And how often do you guys post?
We was posting every week, but now we for certain because we receive-
Bi-weekly.
we receive a lot of jobs, a lot of thanks to the brands.
Thank you,
Monkeys for
sponsor.
you.
Thank you,
for the
daddy.
sponsor. Thank you to you. Now I have a salary.
Yeah.
So we try to post by weekly, like 1 week yes, 1 week no.
Right.
Yeah, because one thing that have a Brosbond is the quality can be go down. No matter what happened, need to be keep the quality or improve. Actually, we are thinking maybe the next year is going to be improved more. Yeah, we use like a cinema cameras. We use like the edition of the style is totally professional. Yeah, everything needs to be.
But
okay,
Peggy, you
perfect.
have awesome quality. Like
Yes.
you've got like cameras.
No, I got a lot of shit from the audience telling me that the sound quality is not good. Like there's a difference of the volume
I
between
see.
me
Oh,
and the guest. So, but for me, it's kind of different because you guys try to. I'm not saying that I don't care about the quality, but for me, it's more like I want to have one video out each week, even if
Consistency, yeah.
we kind of fuck it up a little bit. But
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let it out. Sometimes I might miss, like I forgot to put the logo, I forgot to put this and that, but then I just need it to be out.
I think
Okay.
it's because Tyler and me we are so obsessed with this, so we can't miss
And
anything.
plus, we were jobless, so
Yeah.
we've got plenty
This
of
is-
time.
That's
we got,
actually what I
we
wanna
got
ask you
nothing but
guys.
time.
That is I told you. This is our plan A.
Yeah.
We don't have plan B. Plan A is ride or die.
So hang on, but I thought you guys have side gigs like acting.
Okay, what another thing of Brosbond, when we set out the conversation was like, okay, Tyler and me, we both are actors, but always we get the background roles, second roles,
Extras.
or just something like that. The principal the cinema industry is you put one actor who sell tickets,
Right.
who the people can go to the cinema to watch. So need to be famous. So acting is acting talent and famous. That's most of the time that the brands looking that, no, for the movies. Maybe sometimes it's more famous than this acting skill. Or maybe it's impossible they put a one really talented actor and without any famous. It's like a so rate, but have a case.
But then how did you get the role in Weekend in Taipei?
Okay, we can talk about that. It's really interesting story. But Brosbond was focusing, give us that famous that we don't have in that moment. So grow out our accounts, grow out our personal accounts, our imagining, public imagining.
Right.
So we can, after that, after achieve that goal, we can start to producing movies. We have agents, we have managers.
Oh, you actually have an agent.
Do we?
In that moment, in that moment, before
Are you doing it secretly without him knowing?
no,
I have no idea. Wait, what?
No, I'm married with this guy. This guy is like a
No.
Wait, you don't even know you have an agent?
Let's backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
We had a manager? No, we don't.
We had before Star Brosbond. We have each our manager or agent.
Oh, okay. I think he's talking about he had his like
I had
manager
a manager.
in the acting industry, and I also
acting
had my
industry.
manager.
Yeah. No. Numbers wrong. Correct myself. Okay, could again. No. When in like an actor performance before Brosbond, we have our own manager.
Ah,
okay?
gotcha. Before Brosbond.
Yeah, before,
Okay,
We
gotcha,
have we have our own manager. But the same, the contracts or the style of they push you like the same for the second roles, background roles, casting, something like that.
Actually, I had my ex manager for the acting. I was trying to expand my acting portfolio. I'm gonna be the actor, so that's why I was in Taipei. And I once had my manager told me it was like in the middle of pandemic. Everybody was kind of out of job. So not to mention you're nobody. Yeah. So she told me that, Tyler, I like you and I want to help you. I'm willing to do everything in my power to help you. But what I can do is I can help you find the door, help you open the door. But once you get inside, you got to have the ability to find your own seat. So that's when I feel like, yeah, you're right. Because I was like, I don't know, I was beating myself up with, not really having a lot of acting gigs. And I was, kind of having that really heartfelt conversation with my ex-manager, and she told me that I love you, but you got to be able to find your own seat.
Are you the only person that she managed?
No, there were about 10 people.
Oh,
yeah. And so that's when I thought that, you know what? She's right. Yeah, she's right. I got to be able to, make myself more recognized, more known. So that's essentially why we started Brosbond.
So in Weekend in Taipei, in that moment, I have my manager, and we was in the process of the conversation, because I'm a person who I'm really strict in the contracts, strict in money. When it's money, it's clear for me. Okay, I'm not like talking oh, maybe we can talk about that after you sign the contract. No, it's now or never. It's contract is contract. I want everything in paper. So she was told me okay, I give you the first draft of the contract. And I was here, I'm not going to sign this. Even if I'm drunk, I'm not going to sign this.
What was the reason that you didn't sign the contract?
It's 7 years contract. And the whole things that was inside of the contract was if I do anything, I just maybe open one restaurant, 30% for you. No matter what happened, I do. It's 30% for you.
Where did you find this manager?
She find me. And she was trying to push me in this industry.
Sussy.
Yeah. Well, it's like always.
It's like a scam.
Yeah, almost.
It's like a scam, but I think it's he gives you the first free trial of this, and she show you have a power to make you famous, and then you sign the contract for 7 years. So Weekend in Taipei was one of that. Weekend in Taipei actually, after I get married, after I get we go to the place and we sign that paper. She told me oh, okay, have one casting for one movie, and they're looking for one Latino, perfectly Latino. You need to come. And I was oh, just I get married. Come on, can we be a little more later? She told me no, come. I went. I didn't know the movie.
How long ago was that?
1 year. Almost now is 1 year ago, 1 year or something. Yeah. So she told me come. And that moment, Brosbond was in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, was in the beginning. So I was okay, I will go to the castle. I don't have nothing to lose. I told my wife I have this opportunity. She told me well, you don't have nothing to lose. It's just a casting, and they are looking for a Latino. So and they give me my script, and the name was a Latino. So I was okay, maybe have a chance. I went and I get the role, but I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know the director. I didn't know the actor. I didn't know anything. So everything was so hermetic. And just one day, we started the rehearsal with the practice, the training, the action scenes.
They actually gave you some training.
Yeah. We training because they are so professional.
Right.
They are so professional. I think that top Taiwan industry, Taiwan industry cinema is really good. It's really good. So they combine both forces and they create this amazing movie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the question that I want to ask you. Did you guys film in Taiwan, or did
All in Taiwan.
So
And I have a lucky to be present in some part of the scenes.
Right.
All was magic. You can't imagine how developed is the industry in Taiwan.
Right.
It's so good. It's so professional.
Even the restaurant, the kitchen that you're working in,
They
it actually
build-
looks like in Chinatown. Have you seen
yeah.
the movie?
I've saw a little bit, yeah, but I didn't go to the premiere, so I'm
Right.
gonna make sure that I go.
Because even the restaurant that you worked in the movie, it looks like Chinatown's restaurants in the
Oh,
States.
You can imagine everything was built. Everything
Wow.
they developed in the
Wow.
studio.
Built
So I
everything.
was so
Damn.
so shocked to in the movies we see like a Warner Brothers production and you see a lot of sets and a lot of things, and inside you see a lot of house and different. So they built that. So my first time after graduate have the opportunity to work with a really amazing director. I was in the sky flirting. I was like flying like a thing because I was learning every single second. I was learning. So when we was practice, they tell me like, okay, well the set is already ready. You want to
Right.
practice in the set to see what is your position, and I was like, set? What do you mean? And we went to the set and was everything built.
Wow.
The restaurant, the aquarium, the seat, everything was so
Right.
beautiful. Yeah.
And before that, you've worked with Taiwanese crew before, right?
With Taiwanese group, more in
Like
deep your question.
acting crew or teams.
Oh yeah. For example, we meet in one series for certain TV show.
Which one?
Legend Mando is the name of the series.
There's a series?
Yeah. It's like they teach Chinese to the foreigner.
But wait.
It's almost like sitcom.
Yeah, sitcom.
Yeah, it's like we live in a dormitory.
Was it like at the beginning? In the beginning of that,
and we were roommates.
Yeah. So in that so that was long time ago. We met in that. So I worked with a Taiwanese crew.
That's
and
how
I
we
worked.
met, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest difference between Taiwanese crew and the Hollywood crew?
From the crew that I know, they coming from French, and I work with them. The difference is the language. I think. Well, I hang up with them. I have a conversation with them. I think Taiwanese industry are really good, and the people who are there is for one reason. It's not just amateurs or you're expecting that one guy who the camera. No, they are really professional. In the makeup, if you saw the movie, I have a lot of like they broke my nose or something like that. Yeah, the makeup was an all Taiwanese crew. So they are so professional. They are so good. The blood, the whole thing is so good. And we spent hours there. So I think Taiwan is in the point. They are doing amazing job.
Wow.
And that's why I fall in love with this industry. I fall in love with Taiwan because as a director, as an actor, I think here I have certain opportunities to be more closer. Here,
Right.
like you say in the beginning of this podcast, a lot of people think I'm special.
Right.
And I can use this special concept to go to catch every opportunity in this industry.
I actually didn't expect it's Taiwanese crew that did your
So
makeup
good.
and yeah, I thought it's that they have their maybe French team or
Have a French team, but they work together. It's not like a just French team, they work in this part. No, they work together, they combine force. So Sun can say, this is our movie.
You've met him?
Yeah, yeah. We shot the movie.
right, but because you guys weren't on the same
Not exactly the same, but
yeah.
he was in the set.
Right,
He was in the
right.
set, walking around, watching, and then, for example, we have the small like a
Chit chat.
chit chat. Like, yeah, we in the breakfast we can talk with the director. For example, George is.
Oh, you get to talk to them? There's no hierarchy that no, seriously, because
You don't get to talk to me. Who do you think
exactly,
you are?
exactly. No, seriously.
That's what you experienced.
Yeah, what you're hearing?
So for me, it's
Okay,
kind
we
of
hit
like
jackpot. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
For my understanding is that, of course, we act together on this scene, but once it says cut, you guys are all on your own and they won't really want to talk to you. That's actually one question that I want to ask you. You get to talk to them. Do you feel the hierarchy in the crew?
I think you are misunderstanding one point. Is when it's work time, it's work time. I can talk to Shung in work time. I can talk to any actor in work time. And the same, when we were shooting, it's like you are in your character. You are in your mind. You need to be your emotion. You need to remember your lines. So nobody can talk to you because they are going to distract you. And maybe, for example, the director needs to, like, the director, what is this person? And you are outside, have a chat with somebody, like, you are not professional. That's not professional.
No,
That's
I think what she meant was like a water break or like during break time.
During the break.
Now I'm going to that point. When it's break time, when it's like, I don't know, you in the morning, you are not working, or it's like after that, have I don't know, maybe a small party for everybody say thank you. Yeah, I didn't feel that. I didn't feel at all.
Interesting.
I didn't feel at all like Shun can say, oh, please, don't talk to me. Where's my manager? Or even, Luke Evans.
So this is the thing. Usually it's not them who told you, don't talk to me, but either
one person who said,
their
no,
agent or someone will come out and try to make you feel the distance that you shouldn't walk towards him or whatever. They'll either bring him away, take him away to his own, I don't know, does he has like a room or whatever, and you just don't get the opportunity to talk to him.
I honestly felt that. I was in one Hollywood movie. It was shot in Taipei as well. And I was like a little bit more than extra. I was there for several days, but with very little lines. And I did feel that. And even like for extra backgrounds, they didn't even have seats. They just stand there for a whole 8 hours.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, like, we do have seats, but we don't have a private room. But they have like sofa and everything set up, and like refreshment rooms and stuff like that. So I did feel a little bit, but maybe I think it's like kind of different.
Have you ever worked with Taiwanese crew?
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
For acting.
movies?
Yeah. Well, but more like indie films. Yeah.
Oh, indie film.
Like shorter ones. The ones that doesn't really get screened in a cinema. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know if I am lucky, but for example, I record one advertisement, one fried food advertisement for in that. But the same, they was so nice with me. I don't know if I'm lucky, but the people. I don't think it's my smile, my vibe.
Could be. I think it's your vibe.
Could be because, for example, Luke Benson. Oh, he's an amazing person. Her wife. Oh, Virginia, amazing person. We have a really good conversation. We have
who is that?
Virginia, her wife, of Luke Besson. Yeah, we have a really good conversation about Peru, about the food, about a lot of stuff. So we're like, they are so nice. Even George, the director, he's teacher of cinema. So I remember the days that I was shooting, we need to eat breakfast together. And he told me, hey, you don't want to sit with me? Come.
You get to have breakfast with them?
Yeah.
Okay, that's definitely different.
Yeah, it's like, come, we sit. And we was talking, and he was talking to me that I was, in USA, this is how I start. I meet this person, and we, and that whole story. And I was like, bro, you give me one free lesson of masterclass. And in my breakfast, I was like, yeah, bro, let me write this. And he was, I suggest you watch this and this. Oh, you are doing amazing things. So we create boom connection. Even we exchange numbers. And when they return to Taiwan to the premiere, he texts me like, hey, Enrique, how are you? They take care of you. You know we are going to do the premiere. Do you have a ticket?
Wow.
So I don't know. It was lucky.
Okay.
So sweet.
I think you two clicked and bonded and like really connected really differently.
Yeah, because
like,
he would even care whether you have the ticket or not.
He was sweet. I remember the last day they finished the whole movie. They were returned. He told me, I told oh bro, I wish you the best of the best in Hollywood. I really wish you return really safe, because he has a wife, and we in that moment we was talking about, yes, I have a wife too, and we were showing the picture of ways, something like that, and he told me like oh yeah, amazing. It's so good honor to work with you. I'm so happy we work with you. And I really expect we can work more often.
Right.
I'm going to maybe send you a son of class of writing a script. So it was super amazing. I really don't know, but I take more than that, maybe the publicity can give you the movie. I have a beautiful memory. So Weekend in Taipei is one movie that is so special for me that please go to watch.
Yeah, everybody, please go watch it.
It's beautiful. And the crew, the Taiwanese crew, amazing too. Amazing. We exchanged lines, we exchanged IG. I know they told me, I watch your podcast, I watch this, I'm doing this. Hey, you're in Taipei, we can meet, we can eat done something. And I'm so happy with them. I have a beautiful friends. I create a beautiful relationship there.
That sounds like a really good experience. So are you still signed with this agent or this manager?
That is the thing. So the contract was so awkward. I went to the lawyer and I write one contract. And I told her like, okay, I'm honest with you. This is my contract. If you want me, this is what my deals. If you don't want me, let me out. And she told me like, no. I proposed 3 years in the contract. I proposed like, okay, we can do 3 years and then we can extend.
Right.
I understand her perspective. Like, it's not stable to have one actor for 3 years, because if in 3 years this actor grow up, maybe he can sign another person. But I told her like, okay, I'm not this kind of person. I'm so loyal. I understand what you put. I understand what you're risky. So I'm going to give you the security, but I just can't 3 years. If you want, do it. If you know, bye-bye. So she told me like, no, I don't like. I want 7 years. Okay, I don't need to tell tomorrow.
So you guys ended the contract. Is that the same with you?
Oh, no.
For the previous contract that you signed with your previous agency?
I actually have a very close relationship with my ex-manager. We texted. She texted me, literally last night. Yeah, and was telling me about, hey, I have the contact of this certain sponsorship. Are you interested in? And I was like, oh yeah, hell, sure, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So we're not in the contract like black and white and it's for like exactly how many years, but I'd say we're on good terms. Yeah.
But that's the thing. Is the contract is your friend, your agent. But this person was like, I love that part that she was so determined and so work, like so strict. I want this,
right?
But I don't want this. So we don't match. We are business person.
Yeah.
You don't like. I don't like the deal. Let's bye. Let's split.
Do you guys consider to hire your manager or agent together to deal with like work or sponsorship coming up to you?
I think that's a very interesting question. I think for podcasts, probably, maybe. Yeah, but in terms of like acting, and I also do some choreography, like dance-wise. So I think for Brosbond, we work and we complement each other quite well, but we're like fundamentally quite different human beings. And I respect, whatever he wants to do. And I expect to have the same respect.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I think for Brosbond, probably, yeah.
We're Brosbond,
open,
we have I think we the same. With Tyler, we have a set up this really clear. This relationship, this married couple.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
I am forever stuck.
we are clear. We need to be transparent, 100%.
Yeah.
Second, we need to be honest about our feeling. 3, bro, if you want to go do something because this helped to you, good for you. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy because I know he is happy if I get something for that.
Right.
For example, the premiere, they invite us. They didn't invite me because I am. They didn't contact my agent in that moment, and she reached me like, oh, go to the premiere and do this. No, they invite Brosbond.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really sweet.
Yeah, so that's the reason. And I told her, bro, I will love if you can go. But he told me, no, I have another business.
I have another shooting schedule at that time. And I was like, bro, I know how passionate you are. And I know that you're in this project. And you know what? You can be the representative of us.
Yeah.
And, he has, like a very special relationship with George and with the crew. And I was like, you know what? I'm genuinely rooting for you. And I want you to shine. Like I mentioned earlier, like in another podcast that I love people doing what they love. Yeah.
But were you able to film or to record the podcast while you were filming? While you're acting, doing the acting for Weekend in Taipei?
Actually, that was our dark fear. Our first fight was for that reason. Because he was in Korea or in China, I don't remember. He was out of the country. And he has some problems. So we was like missing, I was shooting the same. I was with the stress, with all the things.
Yeah.
So we have certain problems. And I'm so happy that we have that, because after that we improve better that relationship.
I mean, still we are a work in progress, but I'm really happy that we feel safe to be more to be expressive and
so
to be outspoken about whatever issue that we're facing. Yeah.
What exactly was the thing that you guys fought about?
Oh, okay.
It's delivery part. Just it's like we need to the quality is top. So we have a problem with the quality, and I was like forcing, or maybe I sound in that moment like I was like a dick to Tyler, and I admit, and I want to say sorry for that, and he felt that like that. I feel from my perspective. Now I understand more the panorama is that, but maybe your version is different.
I think what's really interesting is that one story always has two sides.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to ask next. So what is your part of the story?
My part of the story, maybe like for him, it's more like the delivery and the quality. We got to keep this together, and we promised each other that we're gonna have the schedule and everything. It's like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you gotta, no matter what situation you're in, you deliver, and you keep that level of performance. But for me, it was at the time, it was more like the attitude, the tone. Yeah, I feel like I didn't appreciate how he talked to me. Yeah, but from his side,
Was it in person or through text?
Oh, it was through calls. Yeah.
I hate that text. I had the ruler. If it's something important, need to be called.
That's where we were really different. Yeah, because if it's not text, then you remember how you remember, right? Because memories are kind of selective.
Right.
Yeah, and so I remember how I remember, but without text, there's no proof. There's no history, chat,
the problem
everything.
Also, I understand that part. I of course now I'm more like okay, I give that part. Okay, you want to text me, I'm texting, but at the same I will call you because the text don't have emotion, and it's the pain you can perceive that text the pain of your
how you
emotion.
interpret it.
But come on, the way how you text is full with emoji. There's emotions through your text. It's like stars, heart, ding, ding, ding.
I don't know. I think it's now it's my habit because
what I'm trying to say is your text is full with emotions, so don't worry.
No, but it's when I'm okay. I'm a person who have a really strong rules in my life. If we are going to talk about really deep conversation, serious conversation, never can be a text because I can interpret it in wrong way, and I want to listen to you. And if I don't understand because it's not my first language,
Right.
I want to you repeat again and clarify everything.
Yeah, understandable. So when was the last time you fought, and what was it about?
When was the last time we fought?
I think it was during the typhoon.
I can't keep track though. I don't know. During the
think-
typhoon, what happened?
I think just we was super like this is so fast. So we take so fast decisions.
Because we're growing from Brosbond only doing podcasts right now, because we're also on YouTube and we're thinking about kind of trying out new shows, a little bit differently. So we're actually also trying live streams and, other shows that are probably going to be in Chinese. Yeah. So we're trying out a lot of things and, we're reshaping how we collaborate, how we work.
Do you get to edit things out if you go on live?
Ooh, we don't. So I personally, if I were to be brutally honest, I'm not a big fan of live stream because I want to be more considerate with my wording.
Right,
Yeah, but he's like he's an ex live streamer and his energy is like all time high. And I gotta be honest, it's kind of sometimes hard for me to keep up.
But I'm not pushing you to be like
so
me.
I think
You have
that's
your
great. That's
personality,
great. Yeah, it's like he has his energy and he allows me to be just myself. Yeah. So I appreciate that. Yeah.
So you said you do the subtitles.
Yeah.
And who does the editing?
I take care of the he take care exactly about the pre-production scripts, ideas, rundowns,
usually contacting
contacting
the guest,
the person, the guest, because it's this. You need to use the Chinese for the guest.
Right.
I think the skills of Tyler writing exactly how is going to be the topic, how we can develop, is good because I love that since the day one. I love how we set up this.
Right.
The production, the camera, light, design, the color, everything I take care. I'm super good in that, so I put I say, okay, I'm going to take care of this. The post-production, I do the whole editions, and I send to Tyler the SRT to do the subtitles.
Right.
And I doing the music part, colorize, and the reels, the whole reels. I try to keep the design, the tempo, everything. So, and then the post-production that is post in YouTube, posting that I do too.
Has it ever occurred to either of you that you're working more than the other person?
Ooh, for me, no.
Yeah, for me, no either.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a problem that's pretty common when there's a team, when there are several or two people working together.
I
think that, that's quite common because people usually focus on how much effort I'm putting in.
Exactly.
And they kind of like, I wouldn't say disregard, but they probably neglect the fact that other people are also putting in the work.
yeah.
So it's like for me, I don't do the addition part.
Right.
So I can't possibly understand how much time and effort that you have to put in. Well, he doesn't do the SRT, so he wouldn't get a clue of how time consuming that would be. Yeah, but I think it's like we like to check in. It's like, do you feel overwhelmed or do you feel like
working, you feel like a certain times we have a feedbacks. We have a like a how do you feel about this? How do you feel we are doing? How do you feel this is posting? How do you think, for example, when we start, the episode was less. The season was less than 10, around like a 10 to 20 minutes.
But sometimes now with guests, even 1 hour and 45 minutes.
And then the second season was more longer. Was like a 30 to 40 or 50. But the third season, when we start, was like a 1 hour. So 1 hour of SRT, 1 hour edition. So it's more longer. So we was like, okay, we start hard this season. And then we found like, okay, now we have the opportunity because have a more clients, have a more thing. We can open more duo vision.
How long is one season for you guys?
This season is longer.
We determine it by episodes, like how many episodes we want to shoot in one season. Yeah.
So how many
just in
episodes is
case
that?
we ended up, like, you know what, bro, forget about it. I don't want to do Brosbond anymore. But okay, we can end in season 3, season 4. Yeah.
Right.
And so it's kind of almost like Netflix. Yeah.
So how many episodes is that?
This time is
Very
around
flexible.
25 to 30
25 to
episodes.
30, yeah.
Yeah.
For season number 3. But for season number
Okay.
1 is only 10
10.
episodes. Yeah.
10, 11, yeah.
You do it weekly, but we've done it for half a year, and now we're on 34. I thought you guys only did it for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
And now it's already on a third season.
have a season that we post weekly. Have a season we post bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly.
Yeah, it's depending on how we feel. That's the reason why we
Gotcha.
have always we have a feedbacks because I need to understand how is your emotion, how you lie, how is the person because we are doing all that show. So we need to be in front of the camera and behind the camera.
Yeah, we're
So-
learning how to not be completely burnt out.
Yeah. So if
Still
you
trying
are
to find the balance.
overworked, in front of the camera you need to be because we
Right.
are
Yeah.
naturals. Yeah, in that.
I feel like that's kind of every content creators these days.
Yeah.
So previously that you mentioned, you guys are very different people.
Yeah.
Is there one thing that till now,
I see
after
where this is going.
working a year and like 1 year-ish, what is the thing that you can't stand about him till now?
About
Like for him, I'll mention mine. One thing that he couldn't stand for me is probably that I'm always late.
You're always late?
you was late.
I'm always late.
All right. Well, would you like to go first or?
I'm thinking.
Okay. Well, I think I probably have mine. I wouldn't say it's a shortcoming of him. He has a very strong character, and I am pretty sure you can probably already notice by now. Yeah. And I think for me, sometimes that when someone is so strong-minded, it's probably hard for, like, if we're having this argument and we're ready to have more deep conversation, serious conversation about, okay, so what seems to be the issue? If it's coming from me, I don't know, but maybe it's hard for him to take it from me. Maybe it's easier for him to take it from the third party, from someone who can see it through a very objective lens. Yeah, so I guess, but that's not a thing that I can't stand, but probably something that I notice. Yeah.
So it's harder for him to take not really criticisms, but more like your thoughts or...
Well, I feel like if it's coming from an expert or something that is really observed us without no strings attached, then I guess,
Can you be a little bit more specific? Like, for example, maybe when you talk about, I think for this episode we need more sound effect. We need, like, when you're giving suggestions towards his
Ooh.
editing. Is that what you mean?
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, he's very passionate, and so sometimes I honestly feel like if it's just two like us as team, then doing podcast wise, it's all right. But like, let's say if it involves with the guest, you can see his tension is all time high, and sometimes like. For me, like there was one time we had a guest, and he at the end of it, he was like checking in with me, like, hey, "Do you feel okay today?" And I feel like, "Yeah, I feel fine." And he asked me like, "Why are you so quiet today?" And I think the reason is not because I feel down, I feel depressed, I don't want to be engaged in the conversation. I didn't find the right timing. Yeah.
Right.
So, but at the time, we listened to it and we talked about it, and I think the recent one is probably we had an MBTI expert come into our show and talk to us, like kind of dissect and study our different personality types, and that really helped us a lot. Yeah, it was almost like a couple counseling. Yeah.
So you guys believe in that MBTI?
Ooh, I don't believe it like 100%.
Hang on a second. Is that a sponsored video?
But well, I will say
it was like we want to invite one psychology person to come to us. So she was like allow and to come to us and we don't need to like put money in the middle because it was like okay guys, I go and you can help me to
it was kind of like this.
Yeah, it was for example like this.
Yeah.
We come, your show, we use your space, we use your cameras and all the stuff, just something like that, like an extra change of powers.
Yeah. So like I mentioned, I don't believe like 100% like you're a T, you're an F, then you must be that bad. But I think it's a strong indicator to a person's personality trait and how they process things. Yeah. What about you?
Bro, I'm still thinking. I think one is just recently. It's because I think sometimes maybe it's because I need more explanation, but you take me wrong in some ways. For example, when that we need to change the day to another days, I really want to understand why and what.
Oh yeah, I reflected that.
You lost my hair. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for example, I love this guy. He's my partner.
Right.
And for example, one day we have this example is this what happened. We have not strict, but we have one day that we record. So he told me like, okay, bro, we need to change the day. And I told him like, why? And he told me like, personal things. Can we do a little more late that episode? And I was like, okay, in my mind, I think it's clear, logical to say, for me, it was like, okay, but are you okay to record that episode? Because what is going to happen? And he told me like personal things. And I was like, but that personal things, that thing that's I told you, maybe you told me a wrong way. I don't want to you tell me exactly what is going to happen or tell me, but I want to know if you are going to have a problem, if you're going to have a discussion, parenting things. I saw how is the parenting in Taiwan. I saw how is the parenting in Peru. If it's something like it's going to, maybe somebody's going to hit something, or maybe when I go to register my wedding, it was another person who was like a divorce, and they was fighting and that. So I was like, so I was scared. If you are going to come to the show and you are going to have a one hair, so,
got bruises all over your face.
How we are going to record that episode? So I asked him, tell me a little more.
Okay.
And I think he catch me in the wrong way.
Right.
He asked me directly like I don't tell you. I don't want to tell you. I don't see what is your question going. And I explained to him, like, my question is because I really want to know if you are allowed to record one episode later.
Right.
After you explained that, I immediately got okay. It was because how you asked the question.
But let me explain.
How did he ask that?
So I asked like tell me what is the reasons, or tell me how is going to be the circumstance. I want to try more in deep.
No, you asked some other things that were very specific before, and I think that's why I got a little bit offended.
Yeah, I asked you directly like, is going to have a one discussion, is going to be a one fight, you are going to yell in that day. So yeah.
No. Before that, you asked another question, and then things gonna start spiral down. Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay, so recently my grandpa was a bit sick. He had this infection and like a lot of fluid into his livers and stuff, and so he was in ICU. And so I was, like maybe mentally, having a lot of stress.
Right.
And something related to that. So I talked to him about like, hey, is it okay if we like move it to one day before or one day after because we need to work on some, you know, like family stuff.
Right.
And he asked me, did somebody die? In a very business tone. And I think I probably interpreted that sentence, that question, like a little bit, like it wasn't his intention.
Right.
But that's when I felt like, I don't see why you're
asking that.
Because my grandpa is actually, really sick.
Right.
Yeah. Well, still, it's kind of,
Well, even though
so I think that's why, like, you know, like he poked my heart, but without
Because
the
that's
intention
what
of
you're
hurting
worried
me.
at that time, and then he mentioned it. That's one
Like,
thing
did
that you
someone
try
die?
to avoid. Right.
Yeah.
No, it's well, he directly tell me like, I have a personal staff, so when I work with some of my classmates when we were recording shooting. One of they told me like a really clear like when somebody die, this person can't go to your house. This person can't go to certain place. So
okay, you could have started with another.
Did you mention it's about family?
Yeah,
he mentioned like it's a family stuff, and I was like, okay, bro, but can you tell me a little more? And he just told me like, no, I can't tell you. So I was trying to be like I wasn't with intention to maybe.
He was caring.
Yeah,
he was trying. He wanted to be a supportive friend, but I took it in a way that is completely was not his intention.
I think maybe that's the thing. Maybe I will like maybe that can be a little. I understand. I can ask that, but it's sometimes I not have a bad intention with you, bro. I love you. I love
Thank you. I love you as well.
I love you.
Let's have get into it.
Oh, fuck
So
you.
how long after did you know what exactly happened to him?
It was like within seconds.
Oh,
Happened to
okay.
what-
Wait a minute, like he asked me, like, did
Right,
anybody
right.
die? And I said, I don't see why you're asking.
Ah, what's in
and
that
then
moment?
and then he explained, it's because I don't know whether you're like okay,
Allow or not to
whether you're ready, or you feel like, or you feel comfortable.
Right.
And I was like, well, I thought right after that, I was like, oh, I see. That's yeah.
I'm so grateful if we have a fight, if we have
Right.
a problem, because actually from that problems is when we see our blind spots.
Yeah.
When we understand what is our problem.
Yeah.
I have the quote and the mentality say that from the enjoying moment, the victories, you don't learn too much. But from your
Right.
fails, your problems, it's the moment you learn. The victory is for enjoying, but the problem is for learn. So we learn we learn each other when we have a problems, bad recording, bad time, but something like that. We learn how to improve. We put solutions.
I think there's no way that between no matter partners or a team that I think there's no way that there's no argument between
There's
each
no way.
other.
We are
Yeah.
so humans. Yeah, we're humans.
there's no
But
way.
all it takes is just communication. Even if like you don't speak the same language, that language is not your mother tongue. But I think all it takes is just communication.
Yeah.
And Tyler, I have a question for you about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was recently, is it?
I would say so. Yeah.
How many languages do you speak? Because she's not Taiwanese.
She's not. She's Korean.
How did you guys meet?
On an app. But not a dating app. It was a language exchange app.
Okay, so okay.
What?
This is not the first time that I heard people on language exchange app.
Why are you doing air quotes?
In a relationship or a not relationship, maybe just talking or a fling.
So
okay, hang on. What was your intention
language
when you
learning.
to learn Korean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
How does that work? Do you have to match? Do you have to swipe?
Oh, you can see all the users.
I've never on it. I just need to know. Like, how do you find a
She's only on hookup
Yeah, that's a screenshot.
yes, which is true. And
Let me see. Oh, this thing is 2 miles away.
Hey, okay, so one thing. Before you're traveling to a country, you can actually change your location to there. So you can start swiping. So as soon as you arrive, boom, you can start.
Wow.
No time wasted.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I do encourage people to do that. You have to explore
Damn.
more. You have to know what's out there so that you know what you want.
Okay.
But be safe.
Be safe.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So how does the language exchange app work? No
Okay.
swiping, no matching. Then how do you find your partner? The language exchange partner. I'm not saying hookup partner. I'm saying language exchange partner. How do you find a partner?
So you can see what language they're interested in, and you can see their nationality, their mother language.
Do they put their pictures on it?
Oh, she did, but super blurry.
Do you see a lot of boobs up there? Like, do people try to, I don't know. Like, hey, some people, their intention is actually...
Yeah.
Everybody have their own
not-
intention.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody have their
But
own
then
intention.
they'll use this way to expect that they'll meet
Yeah,
someone.
true. So initially, I was only texting guys because I wanted to avoid that. Or that sounds so weird.
And then, but just, but still ended up with a girlfriend. Aw.
Because no Korean guy was texting me back. And why? Because that's an app you can text and then you can record voice messages and you can even talk and then you can have even video calls. And we wanted to learn their tone, their accent, and how they talk. And come on. Now I speak Korean in such a baby attitude and tone because I only learned from my girlfriend. And so at the time, I wanted to learn from guys. To be, I don't know, like to have a more masculine Korean vibe. But no one was texting me back. All the guys out there are just, they only cared about boobies. So I was
What
like,
I mean.
yeah, so I downloaded the app and day 2 I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I was like texting I was not filtering. I was not selecting. I was
Did
just
you
like,
put your picture on it?
I did.
What
yeah.
kind of picture is that?
It was just a regular waist up profile picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
And so I texted, I was like, hello, my name is Tyler, and I'm learning this, and I can help you with this. And, you know, you can reply if you're interested. And so she replied, along with several other girls. But yeah, eventually we kept on talking, and then we call, and yeah. It was I would say it was fate because it was the day it was day 2 of me using that app, and it was maybe day 3, and she was so sick of the perverts out there. So she was really about to delete the app permanently, but then
What
my
kind of
text popped up.
perverts, were she sick of?
Ooh, just sending dick pics and saying,
See,
hey,
see,
you-
that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdos, freaks out there.
Right.
So she was really about to delete the app, but I was being very, I guess, genuine and sincere. And I sent her paragraphs of my written Korean assignments. And she was like, is this guy really asking me to how, correct the grammar right now? And that really kind of like shocked her. So she was like, okay, maybe I'll give him a chance. Yeah. So then we really stayed almost like pen pal, like just texting buddies for a long time. Yeah.
How long is a long time?
Ooh, maybe more than a year. Yeah.
That is a long time.
Yeah.
And how did it end up to become a relationship?
I started to have feelings for her.
Aww.
Yeah, and then so she doesn't live in Seoul. She doesn't live in the capital city. But usually, if you're a tourist, you of course go to Busan or you go to Seoul. I wanted to visit her, but I'm trying to act it cool. It's like, wow, I'm visiting Korea. By any chance we can grab a coffee or something? And she was like, are you sure? Like I don't live in the like the city.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, maybe. And then we hung out, and I asked her, hey, what are you gonna do tomorrow? And she said, nothing much. After work I'll go home. And I say, well, I don't really know this place, and I'm kind of scared. Would it be okay to have dinner next time? And then dinner, after coffee, after the movies, we went to watch Elemental, which is a movie about fire and water, like really different elements, but that actually ended up work. And she was very against with the idea of long distance relationship, and like cross cultural stuff. And we don't live together. It's really difficult. Yeah.
It does sound really difficult.
Yeah, but then she's in Taiwan right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
She moved here.
No.
Just for a visit.
Yeah, just for a visit.
How long have you
They were
guys
like a
been
tourist.
together?
How long have we been together? Ooh, months. Yeah, maybe almost 1 year. Yeah, I don't know. I can't keep track because we texting wise we were temporarily together, but we never met. So I don't know whether that counts. Yeah.
So what is the language that you guys text?
100% Korean. Yeah.
So you don't talk like a baby. You can actually have a proper conversation.
I am more of the kind of like a auditory learner. So I listen and I comprehend, I understand. But when I talk, I sound like a baby.
So how many times have you guys met throughout this year?
Throughout this year, a lot of times.
So it's always either you visit Korea or she flies here.
Yeah. Do you believe in long distance?
No. That's how
You're my
I...
Yeah, he doesn't believe in long distance.
That's how I broke up with my ex. We were together for...
The meaning one?
3... Yes.
Okay, quick question. You've only dated
3 years.
Caucasian males?
No. It's just happened.
It just happened.
Right.
Naturally. Organically.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated Taiwanese guys?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay.
How does that work?
In what aspect? How does it work?
I think you have a preference for that foreigner. So
No. I would say we're ever changing. Like how I am right now is totally different from who I was maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So what I valued back then is definitely different from now. And I don't know, for me, nationality is actually doesn't really matter, but more of whether we click our values.
Yeah.
How did it get back to me? That was your long distance relationship. No, okay, so okay, right. So we were together for maybe 3 years, and then I graduated. So I came back to Taiwan. He was still in Thailand, and then pandemic hit.
Oh
no,
yeah.
wait. He went back to Russia.
Wait,
So-
he's Russian?
Yeah, he's Russian.
Damn!
So he went back because
The mother Russia.
He's collecting man by countries.
Yeah.
collecting stamps. No, so his major was architecture. So he needs to study longer than I was, and then he went back to Russia. Then the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
So it's just we never see when is it going to end, and then just our relationship ends. It
Slowly
ended.
drifted away.
Yeah, but it's a very different situation because back then I couldn't fly to him and he couldn't fly here because of the pandemic. But now also it's Russia and Taiwan.
Yeah.
But you guys are so close. It's like Korea, Taiwan.
Yeah, it only takes about like 2.5 hours. So
Right.
it's like,
and it's not like you have a
yeah.
9 to 5. So
Yeah.
you can fly more frequently,
Yeah.
and it's definitely easier for you guys to maintain. the
True. And
relationship.
she's a singer-songwriter, so her work is also quite flexible, her schedule-wise. So I think that's why it's well, right now it's working well, and I hope to continue to we're trying our best.
Yeah, hope it really works out for you guys. So
Okay.
last question for you.
For me still?
No,
Okay,
both.
okay,
Both of you.
okay,
Both of you.
okay.
For Brosbond.
Okay.
So do you, what's your next plan? Where do you guys have any next goal? Like what you said, you want more, maybe more project.
I think the last time we have one conversation that we set up our future goal because we have a middle, like a short, middle, and large goal. Plan is like a middle wise. We are going to write in one script. We will love because we are an actors.
Right.
So now we don't have an agency, we don't have a manager, we don't have nothing about that. But it's like we want to try to produce our own films.
Wow.
So we say like, well, maybe we can produce one cheap series, low budget, and funny things.
Right.
With the potential that in long term that can be create one habit of the people, and they want to see one movie about that.
Yeah.
So have our own production, our own movie in Taiwan.
And I think that would actually be really helpful for your acting career because it's the
Totally.
same
Yeah,
as Brosbond.
exactly.
You bring people's attention and they'll invite you on more different
Yeah.
projects. And now if you guys start filming your own, no matter series, sitcoms or whatever,
Yeah.
it brings people's attention. They realize you or recognize you as
Yeah.
actors, and then more
Totally.
acting opportunities will come to
Yeah.
you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. That is the middle and long term plan.
And I think it's about the time where we start to explore some new different stuff, because I've had so many people talk to me. Like I sometimes will upload some acting exercise reels kind of stuff
Right.
where I'm in the character, I've been sad or being frustrated, and people are like, that is so funny. I can't focus because Tyler's always been like goofing around, being
Right.
funny, and just trying to find the jokes and trying to prank Concor. And I was like, oh shit, okay, I gotta start, like displaying some different, different versions of me.
Right.
To
Explore your own character.
Yeah.
And the best thing is Brosbond helps to create Duo Vision, and Duo Vision is like a one studio. So that's give us the liberty to create our own movies, our own projects. So we can explore as much as we can. We are not limited to one things.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you want to see one series, if you want to see maybe one potential movie of Brosbond, please go and follow us, support us, because actually we are both actors who are battle for one dreams.
Right.
And this dream, of course, we know it's not going to be easy, the trip, but thanks God we have a lot of lucky, and we meet a lot of people that is helping us in this, supporting this dream and helping us to achieve our ultimate goal.
Peggy, you ever thought about being an actress?
We can invite
do
you.
want to try. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to try.
Would you like to be the good guy or bad guy?
I'll say both.
The Halloween slut.
I would love to play the evil character,
The
but
villain?
yeah, for me, I don't want to be that home girl who's being super sweet and
The girl
nice.
next door.
No.
Okay, let me tell you.
Don't worry,
Leo.
you're not.
You're
Exactly.
Not.
So,
You're
but
not.
that is when it comes to your acting skill. When you're
Yeah.
actually not
True.
that, but you can act
Acting
like,
like
one.
that.
Yeah.
True.
Thank God. Most of my roles is my personality.
I have a super irrelevant question right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Since you were asking the last question, right? How many guests have you had on the show?
30 maybe.
30? Okay.
30,
I want your genuine rate. Like
Okay.
from I don't know,
Okay.
on a scale 1 to 10.
Uh-huh.
How
How
well
are
do
you
you
guys?
think we did?
I'll say 10 because you guys are very easy to talk to, and I like having 2 guests now. That's actually what we agree on.
Okay.
Really?
It just makes
The
it
dynamic
so
is-
much easier for
Uh-huh.
me. Yeah.
Oh, I
yeah.
see.
To get the
I see.
conversation. Yeah.
Mhm.
Why?
So-
Having only one guest, like, you just sometimes just zone out. It's like, I don't
Yeah,
know. what's
sometimes I
going
just
on.
don't know what to ask next, and like
Yeah.
the guest is not talking,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like
Yeah.
quiet. So I
Yeah.
have to come up with the next question.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to work.
But
work on.
upside down in our case is when we just can have a one guest, and when, for example, the pointing you was talking about the day, that the small guest that we have, that we went to Thailand to do the stuff, right? Yeah, that guest was saying the point of some guests is like in Brosbond, I don't know if you feel tired about our energy or something like that, our style conversation, our point, because sometimes
Yeah.
like guests need to be right, left,
Yeah.
right, left, right, left.
Some people
When it's
feel
too
so
too hot.
drained.
How about just like reorder the seat so that the guest is not in the middle turning left and right?
That's a good.
That's
like
good,
this
yeah.
right now, it's so easy to talk to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
Well,
we have
the
a certain
space,
limitation,
yeah, the
like for our
limitation.
studio, it's very, it's
Yeah.
not, it's technical. It's not our studio.
Yeah,
Right.
Just,
we are.
like,
For
for
it's
certain,
a collaboration. It's a
for certain
partnership.
time period, we
It's
get
a
to be there.
And how
Yeah.
many cameras do you have?
Just
Just
one.
one.
Yeah, we just work with one camera.
I'd say try to do 2, and that'll be easier for you to.
The next year is going to be more,
Right.
Yeah.
for
right.
sure. But now it's like
Budgeting issue. The pod.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for coming all the way from Thailand and Kaohsiung. I hope that I can have you guys on again. So,
Oh yeah!
thank you.
That is great. That is great.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.